Crystal, good morning to you. The lines are long, but is anybody talking?
Well, Pete, the lines are long, but not a lot of conversations happening. I think the people in Doubleview, an inner city suburb, just want to keep their mouths shut. They want to walk their dogs, avoid a fine and get out of here. We've been told the yes and no campaigners have been told to set up their banners outside of the school gates. That's a requirement from this specific polling booth. Joining me live now is Shadow Attorney General Michaelia Cash, who has spent the morning handing out flyers for the no campaigners. Thank you so much for your time. The Prime Minister last night tweeted, "If you vote no, nothing changes." Do you accept that?
Absolutely not, and I say shame on the Prime Minister for that statement. The one thing all Australians, regardless of what they are voting today, are united on is better outcomes for our most marginalised Australians. Regardless of the outcome tonight, I expect the Prime Minister tomorrow to have a plan to take us forward, because Peter Dutton certainly has a plan going forward. Accountability in relation to the billions and billions that are funnelled out of Canberra each year but don't get to regional and remote Australia, but also in relation to uniting our country.
And what's the coalition's plans if this referendum fails?
Well, as I said, accountability. The one thing that has come through this debate is A, Australians want to say no to the voice of division, but B, they want accountability in relation to those billions and billions of dollars that are funnelled out of Canberra each year but don't quite make it onto those regional and remote communities. But also, as a coalition, if the vote does get up tonight, it's a Canberra-based elite voice, we want to ensure that the voices of those in regional and remote communities are heard. So regardless of the outcome tonight, accountability and the voices of those in regional and remote Australia, they must be heard.
Senator, thank you for your time. Pete, there were lines outside the Doubleview Primary School this morning, some people holding both yes and no flyers, hoping they can make a decision before they reach the front of the line. Take a listen.
For me, I'm still deciding, because there hasn't been enough information on what it is actually going to look like for people. And I think it's a really exciting way forward.
If you're going to run a referendum, at least put it all on the table.
Pete, the Prime Minister's comment on Twitter last night saying voting no means there are no changes has not been accepted by the opposition, who say, yes, the gap still needs to be closed, but this voice isn't the way to do it.
Crystal Wu with the latest from Perth. Thank you, Crystal.